Unfortunately for Angel Reese, she's dead ass last. And I'm not kidding you in this list of players. And she looks really, really bad. The lack of videos involving Angel Reese working on layups. Caitlin Clark, cold, hard numbers. True shooting efficiencies of the league's top 30 scorers.
Ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't come courtesy of a league. It comes courtesy of the players that play in the league. And in her case, she was the most popular, which means she could have helped your bottom line, which means you should have seen that from day one and maximized it. But you didn't do it.
Angel Reese has never been one to back down from a challenge. She's bold, confident, and louder than life when it comes to defending her game.
But there seems to be an emphasis on that from Angel Reese, and I don't understand, because she should be trying to perfect her game inside 5 foot.
But this time, she may have finally met her match, because the numbers don't lie, and Stephen A. Smith just used them to tear apart everything Angel's been trying to prove. It started with what seemed like just another stat drop, but what came next has the entire basketball world buzzing.
She's the least efficient player at 5 foot and in the league, and it's baffling to me.
One of the WNBA's most hyped rookies, praised for her college dominance, social media clout, and unapologetic energy, just got exposed by a stat so brutal, even her most loyal fans are starting to question the hype. And Stephen A. Smith? He didn't hold back. He brought the full ESPN heat and made it clear. Angel Reese is not who the media's been making her out to be. At least, not yet.
I think it is a deal that is eventually going to get her benched in the WNBA. I think that will happen one day.
Let's rewind. Angel Reese came into the WNBA with sky-high expectations. After all, she had the perfect storm: viral fame, a massive social media presence, a college career full of highlight reels, and a personality made for the spotlight. Brands lined up, fans bought in. The league practically rolled out the red carpet. But while the cameras were flashing and the headlines were screaming her name, something was quietly happening on the court. Or rather,
you're 6'4", you're 6'3", you're too damn inefficient. I can't have you on the court.
Something wasn't happening. Scoring, efficiency, execution. The numbers were quietly stacking up against her. And then it hit the mainstream. A shocking new stat revealed Angel Reese ranks dead last in true shooting percentage among all WNBA volume scorers. That's right, dead last. Out of everyone putting up real shots in the league, Reese is statistically the least efficient. Now, if you're not familiar, true shooting percentage isn't just your basic field goal stat. It's the gold standard. It calculates everything: layups, mid-range shots, threes, and even free throws. It tells us not just how many shots you take, but how well you actually use those possessions.
And, just perfect your craft. And then worry about all the other collateral things around you after the fact.
And Angel? She's sitting at the bottom with a brutal 46.4%. To put that in perspective, most starting WNBA players hover well above 50%. Elite scorers are hitting 55% and up. Some guards, way smaller and under heavier pressure, are nearing 60%. And Reese? She's not even in the same conversation. So when Stephen A. Smith got wind of the numbers, he didn't sugarcoat it. On national television in front of millions of viewers, he called it what it was: embarrassing. He questioned her shot selection, he questioned her preparation, but most of all, he questioned her focus. Angel Reese, he said, has all the tools in the world, but what good are the tools if you're using them to build the wrong thing?
Caitlin Clark may just be starting her WNBA journey, but she's already making waves, not only with highlight plays, but also with cold, hard numbers. A recent viral post on X revealed the true shooting efficiencies of the league's top 30 scorers, and it sparked quite the controversy among fans.
That hit hard, because while most rookies are grinding to prove they belong in the league, Angel's out here posting videos of herself chucking up three-pointers in an empty gym. Meanwhile, she's shooting just 18.8% from beyond the arc in actual games. That's not just bad, that's unplayable. And it gets worse. Her effective field goal percentage, which adjusts for the value of threes, is a dismal 39.5%, dead last among volume scorers in the league. Every time she touches the ball with the intent to score, statistically, her team would be better off if almost anyone else took that shot. Stephen A. wasn't done. He slammed the idea that she's just adjusting to the league by comparing her to fellow rookie Caitlin Clark, who's currently posting a 58.3% true shooting percentage while dealing with double teams and intense defensive pressure every night. Clark is thriving, Angel is surviving, barely. But what sent the internet into overdrive was what Stephen A. said next. He looked into the camera and said, "She's out here acting like she's Steph Curry, trying to drain threes when she hasn't even mastered a layup." Brutal. And unfortunately, he's not exaggerating. Angel Reese, a 6'3" post player, is converting just 44.5% of her shots within 5 feet of the basket. Let that sink in. She's missing more than half of her point-blank looks. For comparison, other bigs like Aja Wilson and Brittany Griner are hitting those shots at 63 to 67%. Even Caitlin Clark, 4 inches shorter and playing from the perimeter, is making 54.1% of her 2-point attempts. It gets even uglier from mid-range. Between 5 to 9 feet, Angel is shooting just 11%. 1. Outside office 10. That's not rookie jitters. That's a fundamental flaw. And what's even more baffling is her complete refusal to fix it. Fans, coaches, and now Hall of Famers are begging her to work on her touch around the rim. Instead, her Instagram and TikTok are filled with her hoisting long-range jumpers with the same broken mechanics: crossed wrists, unbalanced feet, jerky releases. One analyst called it a basketball fundamentals horror show. That brings us to Lisa Leslie. On Angel's own podcast, WNBA legend Lisa Leslie didn't pull any punches. When Angel asked her for advice heading into Season 2, Lisa didn't hesitate. "Fix your layups," she said. "That's it. Period." It wasn't a suggestion, it was a warning, because Lisa knows what Stephen A. knows. And now, what the world knows. Angel Reese is dangerously close to wasting her potential. This isn't about hating on her. This isn't about doubting her hustle. Everyone wants her to win. But the problem is, she seems more concerned with the image of being great than actually doing the work to become great. Her training choices scream denial. Her response to criticism, usually deflection. And while she's doubling down on a version of her game that doesn't work, other rookies are evolving. You want the cold truth? Nearly 40% of Reese's rebounds come from her own missed shots. She's literally rebounding her own bricks, and people are praising her like she's dominating the boards. Let's be clear, Angel has the physical tools to dominate. She's 6 feet 3 inches, athletic, strong, long wingspan. She should be bullying defenders in the paint. But her numbers show a different story. One where she's being outplayed by players half her size and twice her efficiency. And Stephen A.'s biggest concern, that she doesn't even realize it. He ended his segment by saying, "I want her to succeed, but she better realize something real quick. This league doesn't care about hype. It doesn't care about college tapes. It doesn't care about Instagram followers. In the WNBA, if you can't finish, you don't play." That's not hate. That's reality. And it's a reality Angel Reese has to face before it's too late. Because here's the thing. The WNBA isn't waiting around. It's evolving. Every year, new talent shows up. Players like Caitlin Clark, Rickea Jackson, Aaliyah Boston, they're already raising the bar. The pace is faster, the scouting is sharper, and coaches are less patient than ever. If Angel doesn't course correct soon, she's not just risking bench minutes. She's risking her entire future in the league. And now that Stephen A. Smith has dragged her into the national spotlight, not for her brand, but for her failures, she has no more room to hide behind hype. So the question remains, will Angel Reese finally listen? Will she fix what's broken? Or will she keep trying to be something she's not, while the rest of the league leaves her behind? We'll find out soon enough. Until then, one thing is clear. The clock is ticking.